Learning algorithm and how to read LinkedIn algorithm really let you know the rules of the game. It's not like you need everything to be the best practice and everything like follow to the T. Those will help you and maximize your ultimate reach on LinkedIn, but it is what it is, like a game plan and rule book, knowing how you can play the game. Understanding LinkedIn content types and best practice. So these are all the LinkedIn post format that is possible for you to basically upload right now. We have text post only posts, we have poll posts, you have document posts. It's no longer calling carousel posts on LinkedIn, it's called document PDF posts. And then you have a picture post, which is single image. You can also upload multi-image. Video posts, I bracket native. I'll explain to all of you what is native means, as well as LinkedIn articles and LinkedIn newsletter. And events post, which is LinkedIn Live, as well as LinkedIn audio events. Let's talk about the LinkedIn audience behavior. So in terms of feeds interaction, like how you're engaging with your audience, how you're like basically liking other people's posts or just consuming content, there's a very high difference between mobile usage of 88%, desktop is 12%. Post creation, it's slightly more different. Mobile is 62%, and then people are actually jumping more back on to the desktop version, creating posts. And let's talk about best post type. One is document post. There's 1.44 times more reach than sort of average medium post that it's giving you right now. Poll post is 1.62 to do like X more reach. Text and image post will give you 1.2 to 1.19. And then for image, multi-image, it will give you even more. And video post is give you 1.17 to 1.4 more reach. Let's talk about worst post types. What is it? What are they? A few years ago, that is just the text post only post that is just like going viral, a lot of views. Not anymore, guys. So for text post only, it's actually give you 0.46 average reach, which is lower than 1. Articles, fortunately, not a really strong type, but I do encourage you to still post LinkedIn article because of the shelf life. Shelf life on LinkedIn for LinkedIn article is all the way up to 3 years. Repost thoughts that give you really, really low reach. If you're putting external link on your post, it's also sort of like punish your post reach as well. So that is a really good note. It is actually happening in all social media, not just LinkedIn. Let's go through some of the best practice for each individual post. The ideal text length is around 1,500 characters to 2,000 characters. Shorter than 1,000 would actually have 25% drop in reach. Best practice when it comes to that is the hooks start with a very bold statement. The very first sentence is super important to capture audience attention and stop the scroll and increase dwell time. End with a CTA, which is ask a question. And the post best when it comes down to this type of post is storytelling, share actionable tips, point A to point B. Some of the content ideas for you for text post only is your origin story, recommended tools and resources in your particular niche, list out the common mistake your ideal customers personas make in your industry, and with your text post with a call to action, or what I like to call call to conversation. It could be something like, do you agree? What would you add? Hit my notification bell, save this post for later, DM me XYZ. Hopefully, preferably something related to your program name. Follow me for daily bracket your niche tips. Love this? Join my weekly newsletter. Join my free masterclass, workshop, challenge, download my freebie XYZ link right below, or repost if this hit home for you. Moving on to next is poll post. We have 1 questions and 3 answers. What's the best practice to go around it? I generally would not ask people to have multiple different answers, like 5 or 6. And this is actually, there's limitation around the answer as well. To keep it short, sharp, and for your copy, try to basically keep it below 500 character, because there is already this part of your main content for your poll post, right? So the main idea is to have people get engaged and get involved, right? So this is really important. And have a default duration of 1 week and to avoid 1-day poll posts. Generally, I would say a full week would be the best practice when it comes to that. An interesting fact, something that we realize is that poll posts, this type of post, have 1.4 times more likely to be featured by LinkedIn's trending content. So super important. If there's something that you want to poll your audience, interact with your audience is a really good one. What are some of the post ideas for you? You can use posts to understand your like ideal customers personas more. Like for me, I use like, what's your number one struggle on LinkedIn? I'm curious to know what's your biggest driver for your business. For my fellow entrepreneur, is it flexible working schedule? Is it follow my passion? Is it financial freedom? So this is a really great way to poll your audience. Next is to collect feedback from your audience, like maybe some of the workshop, maybe some of the product you want to work on. And also think outside of the box, make it very fun. The other day, I went to McDonald's and I was looking at their TV set. My friend is trying to get an ice cream. What I see in the TV screen is that they're asking which era are you when it comes down to your McDonald's logo. And I was like, this is so freaking fun. When I see that logo, I was like, oh, I recognize that. That's my era, right? So I want to encourage you to use this idea for your post for your business as well. Why? Because you will be able to know how many people are interacting with your post, specific demographic. What I'm meaning is the age group of people have been engaging with your post. How powerful is it, right? So think about that, have an idea around this. So 74% of people will watch a video before making a purchase, and 80% of video has directly helped increasing sales, according to HubSpot. And the best one that give you the best result as well as the best engagement throughout is a vertical format. So if you're like repurposing content, but the first 8 seconds of your video is most important. So making sure you capture their attention, make it fun, and add subtitles. Vertical format works really good. Like I mentioned, it gives you 15% more reach than horizontal based on my research. And the best duration last year is actually less for 1 minute. Now I started to see there's a tendency of people liking to watch a video slightly longer. So I tested 60 minutes all the way up to 2 minutes. Those are the best duration right here. And if there's anything like below that seconds, I realized that automatically LinkedIn will let the audience rewatch your video. So if your video is like 7 seconds, it will automatically help you to increase the video watch time. However, it will still push a little bit down than if you have a video that it's like around 59 seconds, 60 seconds, just FYI, okay? And pair with less than 50 characters when it comes down to it. The best type is uploading native video. What do I mean by native video is uploading directly through your phone or desktop, drag and drop. That is native. What is not native is you're uploading through a third-party tool, like you have YouTube channels, Vimeo account. If you upload it in that way, then LinkedIn will definitely push down your reach. So this is super important to remember. So let's talk about some of the video post content idea. Educational, it's really, really fantastic through video. Behind the scene, those are super freaking fun. When I'm doing this type of masterclass, sometimes I'll just like put a camera over there, just like have that as a time-lapse shot. It's really easy to create. Audiogram is also another really great idea. If you and your guests don't want to show your face when it comes down to podcast and expert interview, those are some of the things that you can like ask your guests, those pre-recorded video, to basically clip it 60 seconds all the way to 2 minutes when it comes down to that. Content ideas for client success story is a really amazing, fantastic way to also use video posts as well. So a couple of my content choices. So InShot is my go-to tools when it comes to something super, super simple, and it's a completely free tool. V.io is another really, really good tool. But when it comes down to longer format, I usually use iMovie. Remember the audiogram that I mentioned earlier? I'm using Headliner to chop it. It's super easy to use. I think you need to pay slightly, like $12 a month, but it's fantastic. They have like all the creative already ready for you there. This group is fantastic as well. If you have a podcast, Lumen 5, I absolutely love that tool because it is a tool that will help you to, let's say you have a blog, you want to repurpose it on to LinkedIn. Lumen 5 is an AI video generating software. It is a fantastic tool if you want to load your blog and ask Lumen 5 to create one for you. So freaking good. Okay. Article plus newsletter. So that is another sort of like big questions I know a lot of you have. Like people start inviting you to newsletter. Should I be on it? I actually separately create a long video to talk about it. If you're interested, go ahead and watch that. It's like a 12 minutes video to explain whether you should post article or post LinkedIn newsletter.
Hey Insider, your post and praise days are over.
This episode is sponsored by Content Conversion System. Learn never share LinkedIn algorithm to boost your social engagement, grow your best fit followers, and bring your dream clients to your DMs on autopilot. I cannot wait to see you there. And now let's get back to the episode. But generally what I would say is LinkedIn article, treat it like a content that you can't stick with it in a schedule. Newsletter, look at it as your own brand newsletter that you wanted to show up for your audience on a weekly or bi-weekly or even monthly basis. That is basically the two route that I would suggest to go after and which one to choose. And the best practice here is attention grabbing headlines. Keyword that people search for, that it's SEO friendly, ideal text length, which is like 800 to 1,200 words more, then reduce it to 10 rich, a cover photo that really helps you to stand out and track your readers. We have tested out without my face and with my face. The ones that with my face have a lot more engagement. Another really great thing to talk about LinkedIn newsletter is that member can subscribe to your newsletter and get notified every time when you have new article being published. So if you're a copywriter, if you're someone that loves to write long form, I really recommend you do that. I actually have a few clients that are wildly successful just posting, long form type of content. And what is really good about LinkedIn recently is that all the new followers following you will automatically invited by LinkedIn itself that would subscribe to your newsletter. That comparing to 2023, there is a 30% increase in the subscriber. But how does it work when it comes to LinkedIn newsletter analytics? It also gives you 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, all the way up to a whole year of granular data, which is fantastic. They give you trends of your article views. They give you new subscriber. These are some of the stats that naturally you will get growth right here. And impression, they will tell you each article last 7 days, how much impression. The last article I post, I remember that was, I think 3 or 4 months ago. And look at this, still get 264 eyeballs in my LinkedIn article, which is to me is pretty good. And more engagement. And then you will also learn the subscriber demographic, who is your new subscriber. So again, you can spark conversation there by adding them. And do you see third degree? So which is so fantastic for discovery. If there is one thing I share today, get you one step closer for being the CEO you desire to be, then I've done my job right. If you love today's video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and I cannot wait to see you same time next week. Bye for now. Hey, don't go yet. I think you might love this video as well, so click on it.